Good morning, grade 10s. How's everyone doing this morning? We were having like crazy technical difficulties today, so I'm hoping that everything's good. Yay! Good. I'm glad you guys are good. I know. See, Jocelyn, We Day is kicking in now, isn't it? So just a reminder, a couple of reminders, you guys, to my grade 10s who actually went to We Day. I don't know if you guys got my email that we have a meeting, right, on Friday. So if you guys can make it, please make sure you email me, let me know. Jess, if you can't see me, does anyone else have that issue? Jess, I feel like sometimes this is just your computer. If you can't see me, then make sure you just log out. Okay, Jess? Okay, awesome. Thanks, Jocelyn. Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Caitlin. No problem, Lindsay. You're just going to have to make sure that you catch up. Yeah, Belle, I'll probably send out an email afterwards as well. Okay? Awesome. Thanks, Angelina. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I think that's it around announcements for this week anyways. So I tried not to overlap the Meet a Wee meeting with the martial arts, because I know you guys have martial arts on Friday as well with Mr. Fender. So make sure that you guys, I think I gave you guys like an hour in between if you are going to martial arts in the morning tomorrow. So perfect. So can everyone give me a green check mark though? Like, Jess, can you see me now? Hear me? That sort of thing? Perfect. Just give me a green check mark. Okay, good. Awesome. Perfect. Danica, if you're there, perfect. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, we've got everybody. Sounds good. Okay, so we are basically now duplicating, you guys, the process that we went through earlier this week and late last week, right? But now we're going to do the exact same process, but in the second half of the novel. So I'm hoping that you read your chapters, because this is what we're doing now. We've got to get into our groups, into our expert groups, and share what our chapters were about, right? So if you guys but before we do that, because I want to just delve back into your chapters to remind yourself as well, and take a look a little bit. Kaylin, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Okay? Do not spoil it. All right? All right, so, so what I want to do is just still go into, though, a little bit more about Twitter, you guys, because I'm going to make you do another tweet about your chapters, to summarize your chapters. All right? I read most of you guys' quick writes around and your tweets, and they were actually really good, you guys. Okay? All right, so what I want you guys to do, if you head into the course, head into English 10, and if you take a look, I've opened up, and I've kept it open, was the second half of the Boy in the Striped Pajamas assignment. And I want you to read the following article. I've given you, I think, a link in the assignment. I don't think it's a download. I've sent you a link. And what I want you to think about, because this ties in so well with ADC as well, right? Around social media and our branding and how we use social media, okay? So how do you see Twitter, or even social media in general, okay, changing the way we communicate with each other? So I want you to read that article, but keep that question in the back of your mind as you read that article, okay? And then we will come together and have a quick little partner chat, and then we'll share in the room. All right? So I'm going to give you 15 minutes to read the article, okay? And then we'll do a partner talk. Okay, awesome. Thank you for letting me know, you guys. Let me go into and see. So you guys are in the second half, right? So if we open that up, Oh, look at that. I didn't even put it in there, you guys. So give me a second, because what I can do is just do this. Control copy. And then I'm going to have to quickly send it to myself. And open it up on my other computer. Oh, no, I don't. No, I don't, you guys. No, no, no. Because I forgot. Here we go. For some reason, my Blackboard is a little wonky here, you guys. Just give me a second. Just trying to get because I can't see. There we go. There's my chat. Okay, so it should now be in the chat, you guys. Hopefully it still works. Cross your fingers. And we will read that article. Perfect. Thank you, Caitlin. So read the article. You've got 15 minutes, you guys. Keep that question in the back of your mind, and we'll come back and do a partner talk. All right, 15 minutes. Go ahead. All right, ladies and gentlemen, come on back. Give me a green check mark. Okay. And then we will partner up to discuss the article and the question that I posed to you guys. All right, so just waiting for a few more green check marks. Jess, Christiana, Lindsay, Slade. Okay, come on back. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. We're going to partner up really quick. Do you guys want to raise your hands? Ding, ding. Awesome. Okay, and if you don't raise your hands, you're going to get stuck with me. Okay, here we go. So Caitlin and Caitlin partnered up. Bryn and Emily, Cassandra and Kyla. Danica and Sean. Sorry you guys, I lost my site here. Jocelyn and Kaylin, Paige and Jess, Belle and Alex, Angelina and Lindsay, and then Christiana. Even though you raised your hand, you're still stuck with me because Slade's out of the room. Unless, Slade, you are there, then you are partners with Christiana. All right? So go ahead. Let's take 3 minutes to chat about the question. How do you see Twitter or even social media in general changing the way we communicate with each other? All right? And then we will come together as a group and answer it. All right? So go ahead and get started, you guys. All right, I'm going to give you a few more minutes, you guys, just to finish up your thoughts here. All right, just because I do see a couple of people still chatting away, and I don't want to make you guys stop chatting if you've got something to say, right? So what I want you to do is, as you're finishing up your conversation though, I want you to think about that question, okay? And I want you to think about the conversation that you just had with your partner, all right? And I want you to then kind of extend your thinking around social media and the way we communicate. Do you think it's positive or negative to people in general in society, the way that we're communicating on social media? And that's what I want you to share in the room chat, please. All right? So once you've finished up, okay, then just into the room chat, please. I'm just quickly going through and reading what you guys were chatting with your partners. Yeah, see you, Lindsay. All right, now I just got to scroll through here. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say to you guys, okay? As I'm just scrolling through the room, as you guys are saying, it's both positive and negative. What makes you say that? Why? Dig deeper. And I've got to go back now and read because you guys are writing me so much. That's awesome. So Belle, I'm just going to throw this out at you. Why do you think people feel that it's okay to be mean on the internet? Why? Why is it so easy? Yeah, people feel safer on the internet, right? Or braver. I shouldn't say safer, maybe braver. That's a really good point, Emily. Yeah, absolutely. I know I always contemplate sometimes, especially around political things, whether or not to post something, because I don't want to have a debate going on my Facebook, right? Yeah, so there's lots of pros, right, to our social media. It makes connections to people, right, all over the world. It's easier to stay connected, right? I know Kyla was mentioning in her private chat too with her partner around it actually is our new way of learning our news, right? You know, we find out what's happening in the world around through Facebook, through Twitter, through Instagram. We find out what's happening, right? I think that's a huge shift in the way that we're communicating, right? Absolutely, Cassie. Yeah, we start a lot more of, we see a lot more branding starting to happen as well, right? And not just your own personal brand. There's businesses that are utilizing and building their businesses on social media, right? But then there's also that negative side. Yes, we can talk about cyberbullying. We can talk about, all of those negative aspects around social media that we see the consequences from, right? Yeah, for sure, right, Emily? Because it does. It is a little bit of a safer spot, especially in our scenario, right? I wouldn't say that we're not social media, right? We really are a safe spot to be able to have these open and honest conversations because we actually do have a relationship, right? We've all built a relationship, even though, say, we haven't really met in person for some of us. And that's super important, right? Because it gives you guys a voice to be heard. So that's another great way to look at it as well. Yeah. So Caitlin P, why? Why don't you want? Why is that like the one social media you don't want? I'm interested in this. And it's not just Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Like now there's Snapchat, there's Musical.ly, there's so many. Yeah, absolutely. And that's another pro to social media, right? You can find those groups of people that are like-minded, right? And start having and getting those connections, right? Because you know that those people already enjoy the same interests, hobbies that you do, right? Oh, Belle, I've been there, done that. I've made a few guest appearances on my daughter's Musical.ly. Believe me. Yeah, and Caitlin, that's your opinion, right? It's funny, Caitlin, I actually used to have that hashtag as well. And with Twitter, it is very different too. It is much more public than, say, Facebook. Okay. No, it's very private, Caitlin. Right? She's only 10. So I make it very, very private. So you can try to search it, but you'd have to request her, and I probably wouldn't allow you to follow her. So yeah, I keep her social media very, very locked up. Perfect. Yeah. And that's that's the part of social media that I love, right, Emily? Totally. I love that aspect of social media. But we do have those aspects that are very, very negative, right? The cyberbullying, all the fraud, the scams, all of those things. We're very, very much a society that's shifting. Social media is very, very new, you guys. When I was your age, there was no such thing as social media. Okay? Oh my goodness, the internet was just starting when I was in high school. Okay? I learned how to type on a typewriter still. Okay? So it's very, very fast. It's growing exponentially, and it is crazy, right? Like now when I look at Facebook, probably your guys' generation, I don't know if you guys do, but I know in my other classes when I'm teaching in a true high school, in a traditional high school, I know kids, they don't even use Facebook anymore. Facebook's passé. Facebook's for the old adults, right? Now they're into the Snapchats and all of, Instagram. Those are where they hang out, right? So it's very, very different. Yeah, right? So, it's social media is a fascinating topic to me. It really is. I love it because I think it has so much potential, and I love it for even educational purposes, but there's also that lurking dark side, right? Yeah, absolutely. Right, Kaylin? You're too cool. Yeah. Whereas me, I love Facebook. I still love Facebook. So it is. It's for the older crowd, I guess. I'm not as cool as you guys. So, fantastic, you guys. Great, because this ties into what we've been talking around, personal branding, right? And all of that, because we can use our social media to link to our Weebly's if you ever decide to send yourself to, because your social media really is how you brand yourself as well, right? And we're going to be talking about that later on in the ADC course and the planning course around, You know, if your employers Google you, what are they going to find? Right? Are they going to find something that potentially you could not get a job from? Right? That sort of things. Okay? And that's interesting as well, Cassie. I think about that all the time because think about that. That is on the internet forever. And when you go to find a job, right, is that what they're going to find on the internet? Is your baby pictures? Okay, then that's, and Caitlin, that's super scary too, right? Because especially with Snapchat, right? We think Snapchat is very, it's instantaneous, right? Because it only lasts whatever it is, you guys, 10 seconds, right? So, and then it goes away. But really, what if someone screen captures it? Right? That sort of thing. It is still permanent, okay? You got to think about that. It's housed somewhere. All right? So, fantastic, you guys. So I'm going to head back into my PowerPoint just to remind me, you guys, of where we're going next. So what I want you to do is, that's good. That's a good roll, Belle. Yeah, that's good, Kyla. Yeah, absolutely. What I want you to do now, though, you guys, is the same thing. I want you to come up with a tweet. Okay, again, I'll extend it to 160 characters if you really need to. That summarizes your section of the novel, and make sure to include at least one hashtag. Now, this is what I want you guys to improve on from last time, though, because I went in and looked at your guys' tweets, and they were fantastic. The content of the tweet was awesome, okay? But you need to get the feel of how Twitter works, right? So you really have to start using like you can use words like, for example, I use Twitter, you guys, a lot for my professional development. So when I'm posting stuff, I don't say students. I say capital S, little s, and that stands for students, right? Teachers just kind of know that. There's kind of like this lingo. There's another language that Twitter uses, right? So you don't write in full sentences. You use shortened words. You use hashtags, right, to combine words, to combine ideas, right? That sort of thing. So I want you to make sure you take a look at your old tweet, right? Make sure you take a look at what if I've given you any feedback on your tweet. I don't think I actually gave a lot of feedback on your tweets. I just gave you feedback on your, I can't even remember what you did. Oh, in your plot analysis, right? But I want to make sure, you guys, that you actually do get the idea of how to make a really good tweet, right? So shortened words, you know, using hashtags, that sort of thing. Yes. So Belle, same thing as last time. So for those 3 or 4 chapters that you were assigned, I want you to summarize your section of the novel, the chapters that you read, in a tweet. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys 15 minutes to work on your tweet, and it's going to go in the online text box again. All right? If you need to, even go on Twitter and take a look, right? So, yeah. Oh, you might, Caitlin, you might have to expand the window maybe? Yeah, and Danica, even if you don't have Twitter, even if you just go in, you can, because Twitter is very, very public, you can actually go in and just like look at tweets. I don't even think you need an account. I'm sure if you just Googled Twitter and took a look at other people's accounts, you would see how it's actually used, right? So take 15 minutes, you guys, come up with a tweet, and then we'll come back and we'll go into our breakout rooms and start looking at the plot analysis for the second half. All right? So 15 minutes, you guys, go ahead and get started.